Hello, my name is Mike Envision, and am here to tell you that you can improve your vision naturally. And there's multiple different methods to do this. By Mike Envision, what I mean is physical vision, literal vision, as well as figurative vision. And because those things are so linked together, and I first started wearing glasses when I was in third grade. Started with a very weak prescription. Don't know the exact prescription. It was 1999, and I remember what I would do is I would, say these were my glasses. I'd either like leave them like this and be like, "Where are my glasses?" Like, "Oh, here they are," or leave them in my bedroom and forget about them. And I could see pretty well even after wearing that first pair of glasses for a while. And it was back in, well, it was, but I would get headaches. It was the headaches that had me keep wearing glasses. And that I figured that if I didn't wear them, the headaches would come back. And I didn't take very good care of them. And they pretty much, they cracked and stuff. But I remember being able to take the glasses off and still read the board in third grade. Um, but that crack was annoying. So I went back to the eye doctor, got another pair, and it was stronger, and on and on and on. Um, I'd always break my glasses. I'd always go back. They'd always give me a stronger prescription, except for with the exception of maybe like one or two times or whatever. But for the most part, getting stronger prescriptions until and then I was told that my vision was stabilized when I was around, by the time I was, going through college or getting out of college. And then after I graduated from college, my prescription went from in the negative fours to the negative fives. And I was like, whoa. Up to the point of in December 2018, I was a negative 6 in my left eye and a negative 6.25 in my right eye. And I was like, wow, I gotta get this under control. So I got a LASIK consultation. I figured that was that might stop this whole thing. Then they warned me about chronic eye dryness, so I you know, so when I read about that and I heard about that, I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait this one out. Um, I don't know about this eye dryness thing, and so but in the back of my mind, ever since 2008, when I had first gotten contacts, I was kind of like, okay, maybe one day I'm going to wear contacts. Like on Craigslist, I'm going to order a bunch of contacts, and it'll slightly weaker and wean back down. And it was in 2008 actually. Um, right before I got contacts, I was 17 years old. I went to Italy on kind of a school trip, and I what I did is I took my glasses off, not for vision improvement, but because of I just didn't like the way the glasses made me look in front of all the other kids, and so I did that. And then when I got back, I was ready to get the contacts. The glasses, the new pair of glasses they gave me at the eye doctor, because I got my eyes checked or whatever, or I can't remember. I remember I think I wore like an older pair of glasses because I liked the way they looked better, and but then the eye doctor, made me go back up to the stronger pair for the contacts, and I remember that feeling too strong. But I do remember being able to see the 2010 line with those contacts for a short time. They were probably in the by that point, -3, -4 range. Um, and so, um, so fast forward, in the back of my mind, ever since 2008, and I'm like, okay, someday I'm going to be able to find a way to get access to these, training step down prescriptions, and wean myself down from this. And because I just couldn't stand that the eye doctor, they always bump it up. I'm seeing fine, but they bump it up and they bump it up and they bump it up, and my eyes have to get worse to get used to the prescription. And then in 2020, I was searching around, with everything going on in the world at the time. I was like, okay, maybe, I want to live off grid. What's going on with, oh yeah, this glasses thing in the back of my mind. And so I Googled around for that, and then I found that on Zenny, and at the time, Vision Direct UK, you could get um, training step down glasses and contacts respectively, and um, I was just so excited to get my hands on those. I've been waiting for those for over 12 years, um, and got my hands on those, and I was so happy. Um, Little did I know that I was in for a longer journey. I thought it was going to take maybe, under a year, but that was that was almost 5 years ago. That was September, October 2020, and I'm still going at it. I didn't get into the community or get a trainer until last year. I think it was April 2024, and I finally got my eyes tested. I was dreading going to the eye doctor again. Um, and when I got my eyes tested in June of last year, I was in my left eye a -4.25, in my right eye I was a -4.75. Um, and I was just so happy. I just I was just so happy. I was just so happy that that happened. I mean, I didn't want the eye doctors to see how happy I was. I was just really kind of faking it, and didn't want them to get into any of those questions. And then in January this year, they tried to give me a prescription that was too strong, like in the lens exchanger thing. I was like, ugh. And then they tried to have me look at something that was comfortable computer distance, and and it was like double vision. It was like, it was just too strong, too uncomfortable to look at. And then they lowered it and gave me you know, a weaker one, and and that weaker one that they gave me at the eye doctor was -3.75 in both eyes. And I was just I'm really happy with the progress of this. And um, in my personal experience, I haven't really had too much success of, like telling people in my local community about this and being like, hey, you can do this, guys, and getting interest. But I have found a wonderful community and of friends, and I look forward to, and they encouraged me to start this YouTube channel, and I just look forward to keeping you guys updated on my journey of this road back to 2020. You know, at this point, I'm willing to get all the counseling that I need. I'm willing to, do these vision drills every day. Um, my favorite drills to do are palming, sunning, and then there's swinging. And ultimately, and I'll post some stuff in a future video, showing how I do that, and detailing that some more. but ultimately it's about changing the habits, about changing my habits of instead of looking around strainy and starey, of just effortlessly looking my eyes around. I was having a conversation with somebody who had perfect vision and I didn't even know it, and I was like, I think that you have perfect vision because you, and he's like, how, and he's like, how do you figure? And he's like, oh, you move your eyes in a way that, like someone who has perfect vision. And he's like, what do you mean? Like you're just kind of effortlessly moving your eyes around. What I really like is move with, like, look with the eye, look with the mind, not with the eyes. And to someone with perfect vision, a lot of times that doesn't make any sense, but to me that made perfect sense because if I, it's such a nasty habit to get into. I don't even want to do it anymore. I'm looking with the mind, not the eyes. And one really fun vision little thing I like to do is there's palming where where you have your palms are covering your eyes like this, and the idea is to get into a relaxing saccadic eye movement while you're doing it, kind of like a relaxing meditation, like you're visualizing movement, the wind blowing tall grass, or the wind blowing leaves, or water movement, or even just really sunny and your eyes are moving around in the sand. And um, nature helps promote good vision habits. Dynamic relaxation also helps promote good vision habits. And but those are really fun things to do. I really like to do palming while just walking around my house. And I've had the experience of palming in starting from my basement where I am now and going upstairs, and it's almost, and going around a table, going around things, and it's almost like I teleported there. It's a really surreal sensation, and the more I do that, the more I notice things moving. And the more I notice things moving, the more my eyes get into those good vision habits that are good for them. The eyes want the clarity, the eyes want the good health to let them heal themselves. And so I will definitely keep posting, videos, and I hope to send videos on detailing. Uh, I really like sunning. I have all kinds of wonderful ways to sun that I like to do. I can't wait to post out videos about that in particular, and I'll show you guys some other stuff I do. But ultimately, I want to share more about my own personal experience and journey with this because I feel like I'm maybe around somewhere around halfway there in the journey, and I'm encouraged, but there's still vision work for me to do, and I want to keep you guys um, and the community updated on the results. And so with that, I hope you guys have a wonderful, relaxing, and strain-free, or hopefully less of a strained day. There's nothing going on in the day that a strain can't make worse. And so I wish you guys a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, bye.